Okay, continuing the ISB podcast, switching gears over to Europe and switching gears over to Roy. Roycito, how have you been? Everything good on your end? I don't even care to get the answer that we're going straight in there, Mr.
Damn.
Roycito.
A
Mr.
question
Roycito.
without waiting for the answers. Classic Sakil.
Here we go, boys. You'll like this. You'll like this topic, though. What we're talking about today, because everyone is talking about it, is a certain boy named Lamine Yamal, who reminds us of a certain other player, which we'll get into in a second. A lot of comparisons out there. If you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe to the channel. Recito, who do you think I'm going to mention that we should compare him to?
I hope you're going to mention Ronaldo.
Oh, so close, but wrong.
You're going to talk about that. That is a conversation to be had. Ronaldo versus Lamine Yamal, the characteristics. But I know.
Yes, and you know where I'm going. But before we get into the conversation with the GOAT, as people have deemed Mr. Messi, we got to talk about how Lamine Yamal is performing. And Roy, you got to say, regardless of how you cut it, this is some awesome stuff that we're seeing from this youngster.
I love it, and we need it. We need a player like Lamine in soccer today, because we don't have a next generation of absolute genius superstars in this game. We have Haaland, who's a machine. He's a beast. Is he fun to watch? It's fun to watch his antics and his attitude and the fact that he's just an absolute goal-scoring machine. But he doesn't look like a magician. He doesn't look like an absolute genius on the field in the way that Messi does. So we're in a bit of an empty space when it comes to that magical player. And there's a chance that this 17-year-old could develop into the next world superstar of the same caliber of Pelé, Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo. Yeah. And that's my hope. That is hope. Is it my belief? That's a different conversation.
We'll get into that in a second. But I just want to point out, all right, fantastic week that Lamine Yamal had. Obviously, a goal previously. And then over the weekend, did you see the assist? My goodness, outside of the foot to Rafinha, that helped. Barcelona didn't need that, but that was just the icing on the cake. What a fantastic pass!
Yeah, incredible pass. And the game last week was phenomenal. Who was it against? Girona.
Yeah,
he had the brace, and Girona's coach. I think this is part of where this conversation came from. Of course, the baptism photo of Lamine, which is the most random photo in the history of the game. But Girona's coach mentioned that this guy could end up achieving what Messi has achieved.
Yeah.
It sounds like a coach who is trying to salvage himself and say, hey, nothing I could do. This guy's a god. But yeah. Take that with a grain.
Let's talk to the topic that we wanted to get to today. So here's the context, right? So obviously Lamine Yamal comes off helping Spain, which he was a very, very important part to that Spain team this summer, winning the Euros, right? He's he's off to a fantastic start. Barcelona, now you see Barcelona play and you say, hey, okay, this reminds us a little bit of the Barcelona teams of before, where they are atop La Liga at this point in time. And despite the star-studded roster of Real Madrid, it's early season, but this player has almost done it on his own. Whereas you look at the other team and they have a whole stack of players in Real Madrid. But this is really the Lamine Yamal show, which is where this conversation is coming from.
It is. First of all, I just read your caption. I think that's crazy. I thought we were talking, could he reach the level of Messi? You're saying, could he be better than Messi? You're taking it a step further.
We're going all the way. We're going deep. We're going deep tonight. We're going deep tonight. But look, I think where part of that comes from is if you just look at the stats so far. We'll get into that, the part of it. But so far, Lamine Yamal has more goals than Messi did at this point in his career.
Sure. Here, the answer to this question is, what has Lamine Yamal said about this exact question? He's been quoted. He said, Lionel Messi is the GOAT. To be compared to him is incredible, but nobody can be compared to him. I hope to have even half the career Messi has had. What does half the career Messi has had mean? What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means.
What does
It
that
means
mean? What does that mean? What does half mean?
422 goals, about 422 goals,
Yeah.
give or take a few, about 150 assists, 22 career titles, 4 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Ballon d'Ors. Let that sink in for a second. That's half of Messi's career.
Mm.
Cuatro Pichichis, 4 La Liga Player of the Years, 3 European Golden Shoes, and I'm not even going to throw the World Cup in there. I'm not going to throw it in.
Okay.
You can't have half a World Cup. You also won the U20 World Cup. You also won the Olympics. But that is half of Messi's career. So what we're talking about right now is we're saying Lamine Yamal is going to surpass that. To surpass that, you're going to break into the top 4 players of all time. You look at the top 5 players of all time, number 5 isn't going to meet these numbers. Yeah. These numbers are top 5 player of all time numbers. Half of Messi's achievements.
Yeah, no, look, I and part of the reason, frankly, now we can kind of talk that I wanted to bring this topic up is because it's just how far-fetched some of this really is. But I do want to say a couple things. One thing that I think people are not pointing out is they're different players, aren't they, Roy? And you look at the way they play, and I think that's what I wanted to focus on a little bit more because they're not the same type of player.
Nope. And which is why I was hoping you would compare him a bit more to Ronaldo. Messi, what Lamine Yamal said is no one can be compared to Messi. To start to compare players to Messi, Messi is truly one of a kind. The closest we had to Messi was Maradona back in the day, or vice versa. So in today's day and age, over the past 20 years, there's no one like Messi. There likely won't ever will be again. I think the game is going to change in a way where a player like Messi might not be given the opportunities he was given. But they're totally different players. You watch Lamine Yamal, you see a player who's bold, which Messi is as well, but you don't see a player who's going to pull a rabbit out of the hat and then pull a bouquet of flowers out of the hat and then pull a car out of the hat.
I don't know, man. Some of the things he did were unbelievable stuff.
You got to keep the age in mind. Even at his age, I would consider him a top 6, top 8 player in the world right now at 17, which is incredible. It's incredible. He might be moving a little quicker than Messi, but I think it's quite clear that he's not a magician. He's not what Messi is. He's not going to produce absolute magic from nothing. He's not going to.
I don't know about that.
He's not going to do a full field run.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying.
Team to score a gorgeous goal.
Use the word magician, though. Some of the things Lamine Yamal done are magical, man. The goals that he scored, the goal against France in the European Championship, even this weekend, the outside of the foot assist, these are magical things. What I do agree with you, Roy, is I do agree with you on the last point you made, where you said he's maybe not, we haven't seen it so far at least, maybe this is his repertoire later down the line. He's not the type of player who's going to take on multiple players like those runs that Messi used to make early in his career, right? Like very Maradona-esque, where he's beating tons of players through the middle and doing that. I think Lamine Yamal likes where he's at, like on the wing, and basically, loves cutting in, makes some fantastic runs inside. But he's very good with the ball in that capacity. But that part of Messi's game, I haven't seen yet in Lamine Yamal.
I don't think we will. I don't think we will see that. He doesn't seem to be that kind of player. He's a great dribbler. He links up well. Positionally for a 17-year-old, he has great vision. He knows where to be on the field. He makes great, dangerous runs, but he's not doing what Messi's doing. He's not doing what Messi was doing at that age either. And he won't. And here's the thing. We got to be okay with that. We have to be okay with that unless we want to never enjoy the game of soccer again. If we're constantly trying to find another Messi, we're not going to find another Messi. This is Lamine Yamal. He's a very different player from Messi. He's probably going to be a fantastic player. He already is, but he's not going to be Messi. No one ever will. And I think that question needs to be eliminated from every conversation from here forward, because Messi is Messi, and that's the end of the story.
Can we say Ronaldo's Ronaldo too, or what? I think we can, right?
I think we can. Ronaldo, I think the difference here is, yes, Ronaldo's dominance will probably not be matched. The way the titles he's won, the goals, the number of goals, that's insane. The style of player can be replicated. You can get another player who plays like Ronaldo. Might not achieve the same things Ronaldo has achieved, but strong, quick, extreme elevation when he jumps, powerful shot. These are things that are trained. For some reason, Messi has things that you could practice for 24 hours a day for the rest of your life, and you won't figure out how to dribble like Messi does. If you train as much as Ronaldo does, and you do the diet, you're going to be buff, you're going to be strong, you're going to do these things. People can achieve what Ronaldo has from a playing style perspective. That can be emulated. What Messi has done cannot.
Okay, Roy's throwing down some shots over there for those Lamine Yamal fans. Let us know in the comments what you think, if you agree with Roy's assessment. Do you think he's better? Do you think he has the opportunity to be better? I don't know. We will
He's
see.
incredible. He's incredible. He hopefully will be even more incredible, but he will not be Messi.
Okay.
And that's okay.
On that note, we'll let Vamos Messi chants take us into the next zone.
Vamos Messi and vamos Lamine. Vamos Lamine Yamal